What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 squad? Welcome back into another video. Gonna be making a quick video for you guys. We talked about the 53-man roster earlier. Now we're gonna be talking about the trade that went down today. The New York Giants traded for interior offensive lineman Bredesen from the Baltimore Ravens. They gave up a 4th-round pick. In turn, they received Bredesen, a 5th-round pick this year and a 7th-round pick next year. Now, let's talk about this trade and break down why this trade happened and what we're going to do with Bredesen moving on in the future. So breaking down this trade, obviously when you look at it that the Giants gave up a 4th-round pick, that's a big deal. All right, I don't take those 4th-round picks lightly, especially when it comes to value of other trades that go down. You know, veteran players that still provide good production on NFL teams are being traded nowadays for 6th and 7th round picks. Marcus Golden was traded for a 7th. I mean, back in the day, Brandon Marshall was traded for a 6th or 7th. I mean, like guys like that, veteran players nowadays are being traded for that kind of price. So when you trade somebody for a 4th-round pick, it better be worth it. I mean, we did receive some compensation in return, but it better be worth it. We don't know too much about Bredesen right now. He is a former 4th-round pick out of Michigan last year, so he's still very, very young. He's younger than me. I know that's crazy. I'm 23, he's 22. So Bredesen is still a baby in the NFL, still needs to develop. It was drafted to a very good team with a very good offensive line, found himself buried on a depth chart, very, very similar to one BJ Hill, who we traded away because obviously we didn't really need him and we could use depth in other places. That is exactly what Baltimore elected to do, and this is another situation where it's better for all sides involved. Baltimore receives pretty much a free 4th-round pick. It doesn't look like Bredesen was going to be starting anyway. He was drafted with a 4th-round pick. They basically go ahead and get it back. They got Ben Cleveland. They've got other guards in there that are going to be starting ahead of Bredesen. So it seems like the perfect situation for Baltimore. You look at the New York Giants side, again, you're going to be getting rid of a 4th-round pick this year. Not really something you want to do, but it seemed like something you have to do. And we also got compensation. We got a 5th this year and a 7th next year. Now, quickly, when it comes to 4th-round picks, I believe 4th-round picks and 5th-round picks, the drop-off is bigger than any other round in the NFL draft. I really see 4th-round picks. You see more starters coming out of the 4th round than you see 5th-rounders. So getting rid of a 4th-round pick, it just seems a little, oh man, it rubs me the wrong way. I really have to see what we get from Bredesen, and I feel like I have the right to feel that way as well. You don't want to be screwed over in a trade. Remember, Bredesen, although he's a former 4th-round pick out of Michigan last year, right, he's still a baby. We still don't know what's going to happen. This could be somewhat of a low-risk, high-reward situation if he becomes really good, because we don't know what he is yet. He was buried on a good offensive line. And so, I mean, you never know. You never know. He winds up working out. So that's why I'm going to wait to see what happens first. But it seems like this guy is going to be getting playing time. Now, the total of his career, I'm looking at PFF, the total in his career, he's only played 48 snaps in the NFL. And look, listen, he's only played 10 games in the NFL, and they were all last year. Hasn't started a game, and it doesn't seem like he is bad. It doesn't seem like he didn't get reps because he was bad. Like I said, he was part of a really good offensive line, all right? And they got even better in the draft this year. So they're going to keep, remember, this is an offensive line that comes from the pedigree of having, Ronnie Stanley there for a couple years, Marshall Yanda, one of the best guards, in this era. So of course they're going to be trying to, keep rotating guys and try to get back to that level they once were with that offensive line. I mean, that's just what they do in Baltimore. So even if Bredesen is a good player, they're going to try to go get great players. And so my point here is, do not think that Bredesen is some scrub that can't find his way onto a starting lineup. It's just part of the situation he was in. So this is a good situation for Bredesen because he's going to be able to have a chance to start for this team by week 1. Yeah, by week 1, because we just heard today that offensive lineman Shane Lemieux, who was a 5th-round pick, crazy, right? He was a 5th-round pick in 2020. But he was he was the starting role. He had the starting role. He has a partially torn patellar tendon. Now, as Giants fans, we are very, very familiar with patellar tendons, because that is exactly what happened to Victor Cruz in that, I believe, a Sunday night game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. We all remember that day, right? When Victor Cruz went down, that was a patellar tendon injury, and it wasn't a great injury, and Victor Cruz was never the same ever again. I know he came back in 2016, right, and we had that good year, and he was okay, but he was never the same after that injury. He wasn't Victor Cruz anymore. So that being said, we know what this injury is. We're very familiar with what this injury is, and we don't want to rush this guy back. They're over here saying that they're trying to get him to pretty much not get surgery and play with it and all that stuff. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, especially as a guard when you're constantly bending your knees. I don't think that's a good idea whatsoever. I'm not the biggest Shane Lemieux fan, but as just a human being, you don't want to work that. You don't want to stress that anymore. If you tear that, your career's pretty much done, dude. Your career's pretty much done, dude. Especially as an offensive lineman, if you tear your knee. So that being said, Ben Bredeson's going to get a chance to start in week 1. I know we just traded for Billy Price as well, but it seems like all signs are pointing towards Ben Bredeson being that guy they really want in that starting left guard role, just because that, Ben Bredeson was a higher pick. Oh, not a higher pick, because Billy Price was a former first-round pick. But Ben Bredeson was traded for something more compensation, right? We actually gave up a 4th-round pick for Bredesen, and we only gave up BJ Hill, who was a depth piece for us, for Billy Price. I don't know. It just seems like all signs are pointing to me that Bredesen is going to be the guy starting. I'm looking at what Ravens fans have talked about him, and it seems like all signs are good about him. It was just that he wasn't able to start or get playing time. Doesn't seem like he was a bad player, just doesn't seem like he was a great player, and maybe we can get our offensive line coaches and our coaching staff to get that out of him, possibly. We'll see what happens. So I'm excited about this, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We're going to see what happens with Shane Lemieux. I honestly don't think we should force this guy to play and then completely tear his patellar tendon. I can't believe they're thinking about not letting him have not making him have surgery and trying to play it out. That doesn't seem like a good idea whatsoever. It's coming out of focus. Come on, right at the end of the video though. Come on, bro. All right. So that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.